The 14S of Brian Sullivan is going to be the inside of row number 2. That is the boogeyman, Brian Sullivan. And it was outside the 44 of Dylan Peterson. Your third and final row is going to see the 26M of Tim McCoy to the inside. And Joe Hendricks is going to round out the field. Six cars, 8 laps. Your IMCA Northern Sport Mods presented by Keist Motors. So Sacco and Dirks are going to lead him down to the green. Green flag is out. And we're racing. Dirks with a slight advantage down into turn number 1. Now as he comes out of 1, he is going to take over the lead. It is now Sacco trying to track down the 2 and get past him. The 44, Dylan Peterson, now sitting there in that third place spot. And in the fourth, that is the boogeyman, Brian Sullivan. Rounding out that top 5, that is going to be the 26M of McCoy. Field starting to string out just a little bit as Caden Dirks currently leading. Looks like we lost Joe Hendricks, the 33. Not on the track, so it looks like he called no joy, pulled to pit side. We'll see him hopefully back for the feature. But Caden Dirks extending out his lead, now up to 0.4 of a second over the 14 of Jake Sacco. Of course, for those that don't know, Jake Sacco used to run his own cars, used to drive Edge chassis. He became good friends with Tim Judd, who was running Harris Sport Mods at the time. This year, Tim Judd decided to hang up the helmet and decided that he was going to play car owner, put Jake Sacco in that car. They sold the Edge, they sold the Harris, and they bought a GRT, prepared by Bob Harris Enterprises. And it's worked out so far as they have a win at the Boone Speedway of about 3 weeks ago. And last night, Jake Sacco losing a heartbreaker by a bumper to Doug Smith in a drag race photo finish at the Crawford, one of 3 drag race photo finishes at the Crawford County Speedway. Tonight, unless something happens, he's going to finish second in the heat as Caden Dirks now has a 0.95 second lead, 9.5 tenths over Jake Sacco. Once again, Dylan Peterson in third. The boogeyman, Brian Sullivan in fourth, and Tim McCoy rounding out the top 5. 2 laps to go in heat race number 1 for your Keist Motors Northern Sport Mods. Oh, yellow is out. We got a car around, and it looks like it's going to be the 14S, the boogeyman of Brian Sullivan, going around at the bottom of 3 and 4. He is going to get the car turned back around, and he is going to rejoin the field. And Lane Pugh drops the green flag. We are back to racing. Jake Sacco's going to try to get underneath the Caden Dirks. He's got about a nose advantage. Now Dirks going to power back on the higher line as they side-by-side going down into 3. As they go into 3, Sacco slides it up, goes to the Arby's and picks him up some sliders. Dirks now goes back to the inside. Dirks by 3/4 of a car length at the line. He's going to take over sole possession of the lead as the white flag comes out. Now as they come out of 2, Dirks is starting to check out and say bye-bye. Dylan Peterson now up to the back bumper of the 14 of Jake Sacco. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be Caden Dirks with your heat race number 1 win. Jake Sacco second, Dylan Peterson third. And Tim McCoy going to round out your field. And that is going to put Steve Doblin and Tony Kramer in your third and final row. Sun starting to sink a little bit low in the western sky, which will be the turn 3 and 4 side of this facility, as the track does face east-west, turn 1 and 2 to the east, turn 3 and 4 to the west side. Once again, we are on the on the property of the Shelby County Fairgrounds on the northeast corner of Harlan, Iowa. Home of the Harlan Cyclones. We're back to green. Oh, this time Buddy Ray Jones not quite able to get as good of a jump. The champ is here and serving notice. Kevin Zeidner is going to take the early advantage coming out of 2. Buddy Ray Jones is second, but now he's got a rear bumper full of the 93 of Hunter Longnecker. Longnecker to the inside of Buddy Ray Jones. Jones going to give up second place to Longnecker. Now Jones sitting in third, Brandon Baker in fourth, and Steve Doblin rounding out that top 5 right now, as Brandon Baker is now trying to get to the inside of Sheriff Buddy Ray. As they come through 3 and 4, not quite able to do it. It's still Zeitner, Longnecker, Jones, Baker, and Doblin, your top 5. Hunter Longnecker going to the whip. He is whipping that car like a rented government mule, trying to catch up to the back bumper of Kevin Zeitner. Zeitner trying to run his line silky smooth through the corners, because he knows one mess up, he is going to have Longnecker all over him. And Longnecker, a very good SportMod driver, he will take any opportunity to pounce if he given the chance. .2 seconds from Zeitner to Longnecker. Oh, we got car around turn 4. That is going to be the 57T of Tony Kramer, as he will bring the caution out. That means that he will be heading pit side and be done for this heat. And it does look like we're actually going to have a single file restart, as yes, we are under 5 laps to go. Under IMCA rules, with 5 or less than 5 laps to go, it does become a single file restart. Great action tonight so far at the Shelby County Speedway. Once again, we thank everybody on Advantage Racing TV for tuning in with us tonight. We hope you're enjoying the action as well. We're back to green. Kevin Zeitner, he picks that perfect lane, just about 3/4 of a lane off the tires, and he is going to start gapping Hunter Longnecker right away. Buddy Ray Jones still sitting in third, but Jones under pressure from Brandon Baker. A full second deficit Longnecker has from between Zeitner and him. 1.1 seconds the distance, and I got a feeling this one's going to grow with 2 laps to go. Indeed, looks like Kevin Zeitner took another 1/10 and a half, as it's now 1.2 seconds. Buddy Ray Jones still third, Brandon Baker fourth, Steve Doblin rounds out the top 5. White flag is out, 1 lap to go for Kevin Zeitner, as he sails it down through 1 and 2, coming down the back straightaway. Long back straightaways here at the Shelby County Speedway. He is going to flick the car to the left, send it through 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here. Kevin Zeitner is going to win. Hunter Longnecker second. Buddy Ray Jones third. Brandon Baker fourth. And Steve Doblin's going to round out your top 5. That is from Lincoln, Nebraska, the 1R of Cade, the Kid Richards, and to his outside, multi-time hobby stock champion here at the Shelby County Speedway and at the Crawford County Speedway as well. Moved up to the SportMods this year, and in only 4 weeks picked up his very first career feature win last week from Avoca. That's the 2T of Corey Madden, and the 17F of Nick Foster is going to round out the field. We're green with heat number 3 of your IMCA SportMods. Brock Curtis with the early advantage. He's got Hillgardner trying to go to the low side, and he's got Madden trying to go to the high side. Trying to test the waters on 3 wide. Oh, Madden bobbles just a little bit. That's going to allow Cade Richards to take over that third place spot. Hillgardner is going to lead lap number 1. Brock Curtis second. Cade Richards sitting in sitting third. Nick Foster in fourth. And looks like the 2 of Corey Madden falling back to fifth. Car looking a little bit loose tonight. I'm sure he'll have that thing changed up and just absolutely flying by the feature. Cade Richards now takes over that second place spot as he gets by the 18C of Brock Curtis. But it is Hayden Hillgardner with the lead. It's Hillgardner, Richards, Curtis, Foster, and Madden, your top 5. Halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go for Hayden Hillgardner. Cade Richards trying to go to the whip. This is a pair of young bucks, as I believe Hayden Hillgardner is only 16 or 17. Cade Richards 15 years old. The next generation. One chasing the other one right now as they head down the front stretch and into turn number 1 once again with 3 laps to go. Once again, this is heat race number 3 of your IMCA Northern Sport Mods, presented by Keast Motors. Hillgardner once again sailing it through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Cade Richards making up a little bit of time, but not fast enough. He's going to have a big bobble by Hillgardner or a caution to catch up and have a shot at possibly taking the heat race victory, as Chief Starter Lane Pugh has the white flag in the air right now. 1 lap to go. Once again, it is Hayden Hillgardner, Cade Richards, Brock Curtis. Corey Madden has now taken over that 4th place spot and now looking to possibly take 3rd as he's to the inside of Brock Curtis. Oh, Madden has to get sideways to keep off of Curtis. But coming out of 4, it's going to be Hayden Hillgardner with the win. Cade Richards second. Brock Curtis is going to take 3rd. Corey Madden 4th, and Nick Foster rounds out the top 5. Row number 2, Caden Dirks will start in 4th with Hayden Hillgardner in 3rd. And your front row to the outside front row, it's Sheriff Woody, Buddy Ray Jones from Council Bluffs to the outside, and Jake Sacco, your pole sitter. $17 cars, 15 laps of distance. The RPMs are going to come up. And we're green with your Northern Sport Mods. Jake Sacco with the early advantage to go sail it down in turn number 1. Buddy Ray Jones trying to fight back on the outside. Not going to do it. Sacco's going to have the advantage. Caden Dirks now sitting in 3rd. Hayden Hillgardner 4th. Battle is on for 5th. As Dylan Peterson has it, Cade Richards wants it. And it's going to be Cade Richards with the 5th place spot. Hayden Hillgardner trying to get by Caden Dirks through 1 and 2, not able to make it happen. Dirks will still remain in 3rd. Hillgardner in 4th. But up front, it is all Jake Sacco in that Judd Racing number 14 GRT chassis prepared by Bob Harris Enterprises. That thing is on a rail right now. Buddy Ray Jones, that Razor chassis currently sitting in 2nd. The Joe's Karting and Race Parts Holiday Horsepower Drive number 25. And now he's under pressure from the 2D of Dirks. Caden Dirks now to the inside of Buddy Ray Jones as your battle for second and third. And Dirks is going to get it, but Jones now back to third. The battle for fourth and fifth has settled down just a little bit as Hayden Hillgardner still has fourth. Cade Richards in fifth as of right now. Jake Sacco with an absolutely huge lead over second place Caden Dirks. It's now a three-way battle for third, fourth, and fifth. As Hayden Hillgardner and Cade Richards have now caught up to Buddy Ray Jones. So it's a three-car battle for third, fourth, and fifth. Right behind them, the defending track champion, the 60 of Kevin Zeitner. He is trying to catch up, throw his hat in the ring to make it a four-way battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Dylan Peterson also hanging on, trying to work his way back up. Coming down to see 8 laps to go this time for Jake Sacco. Closest battle is going to be back in fourth as Hayden Hillgardner trying to hold off the big battle going on. That is Kevin Zeitner and Cade Richards. That is fourth, fifth, and sixth. Hillgardner, Zeitner, and Richards right now. As Zeitner, he is going to take over that fourth place spot. He now has his sights on Sheriff Woody, Buddy Ray Jones for that third place spot, and caution is out. The 18 see a Brock Curtis around in turn number 2. Next Friday, we will be covering both the Rapid Speedway in Rock Rapids, Iowa, and the Crawford County Speedway in Denison, Iowa. 1 week from today, we'll be back at the Off-Road Speedway in Norfolk, Nebraska, and right here at the Shelby County Speedway in Harlan, Iowa, where they dominate the dirt. We're back to green with 7 laps to go, and Jake Sacco going to go off to the early advantage. But Caden Dirks under heavy pressure, and in fact is going to get passed by the champ, Kevin Zeitner. Zeitner now up to second, Dirks back to third, Buddy Ray Jones back to fourth. And now Cade Richards going to work on Jones. Cade Richards wanting to get into that top 4. And indeed will do it. Move the kid, Cade Richards, up to fourth. Now he goes to work on the 2D of Dirks. And caution is back out. Looks like the 57T of Tony Kramer bringing out the caution. We're going to see here in 5 laps who's going to park it down in Monster Graphics Victory Lane. Oh, correction, over the Receiver Race Radio, that is 6 laps remaining. Next feature up is going to be your IMCA late models presented by Wings America in Avoca. But right now, we got to finish up some SportMod business. We're back to green as they head down into turn number 1. Jake Sacco once again going to the whip and pulling away from Kevin Zeitner. Kendall Dirks in the third, but he is under heavy pressure from the 1R of Cade Richards. Richards going to go to the low side underneath of Dirks as they come out of turn number 4. Give the kid third. Cade Richards works his way up to third right now. As Kevin Zeitner trying to make up some distance right now. Sacco, Zeitner, Richards, Dirks. And yellow is out again with 3 laps to go. Hayden Hillgardner going around in turn number 2 will bring out the caution. So once again, don't forget, tomorrow night, the new Raceway Park, Jefferson, South Dakota. We will be there for another edition of Sunday Church in the Dirt, South Dakota style. And don't forget, the Sprint Series in Nebraska 305 sprint cars are going to be there tomorrow night. We're back to green. Jake Sacco, this time not quite able to pull away from the 60 of Zeitner until they come out two. Now he's going to gap Zeitner just a little bit. Cade Richards in third, Kendall Dirks fourth. And look who just checked into the top five, last week's winner. That is Corey Madden. Now Hunter Longnecker in sixth, trying to get by Madden to take over that fifth place spot. 2 laps to go. Sacco will not be denied this time, as he has been in the lead a couple of times with this new car and had issues, but this time looking really smooth. Cade Richards going to the whip, trying to catch up to Kevin Zeitner. Little does he know, there's a shark lurking in the water as a caution comes out. Corey Madden was playing catch-up, catching up to Cade Richards. That was going to be a battle here in a minute. So 1, 2, 3 circuits left around the 4/10 mile Shelby County Speedway for your IMCA Northern Sport Mods, presented by Keast Motors here in Harlan. Jake Sacco leading them around the high side. It is a high side hustle, a freight train, if you will. Green is out, and we are back to racing. Once again, Kevin Zeitner not letting Sacco get away as they go through 1 and 2. Zeitner going to stay in step with Sacco. As Sacco comes out 2, though, that's where he starts kicking on the afterburners and gapping Zeitner. Corey Madden now taking a look to the outside of the 1R of Cade Richards. Along with taking a look out there, that's going to open the door for Kendall Dirks to try and get in there. Not going to happen. 2 laps to go. Once again, Jake Sacco with the advantage. He's going to sling it out of turn number 4. He's going to see the laundry hanging out. White flag, 1 lap to go for Jake Sacco. Right now, the only potential battle on the track is that one for third, as Richards has it and Madden wants it. Madden not able to capitalize. But ladies and gentlemen, through 3 and 4, your winner, second win in this year, the 14 of Jake Sacco. Kevin Zeitner second, Cade Richards third. Oh, at the line, Corey Madden barely gets fourth. Kendall Dirks rounds out your top 5.